yes I do. Now and forever, please say you'll be just the only one for me. I love you, yes I do. Say you love me ever, please say you'll be just the only one for me. I love you so and I'll never let you go. I long to be just the only one you see. Say that you're mine and you'll never let me go, oh no. I held your hand and I heard a marching band. Just the thought of our lips touching one another. I want you so I can hardly let you go. Please be mine for a time, now and forever. Say that you'll be the only one for me. I love you so and I'll never let you go. Please hear my pleas, say you love me dearly and that you're mine and you'll never tell me no, oh no. I fell in love and the stars were above. I loved you and still do, now and forever. Please say you'll be just the only one for me. I'll be true just for you, just say you love me ever. Please hear my plea when I say I love you really. I long to be in your arms the whole night through. Don't go away, cause you know I'll miss you dearly. I long to spend just all my time with you, I do. While I held you tight and we danced through the night, in my arms all your charms were sparkling in the moonlight. Your lips were divine and you said that you'd be mine. I was yours for a time, now everything is alright. You'll be my love and I'll be true to you. I'll kiss you tender, you'll say you love me too. Just hear my plea and say you'll never leave me. I love you, I do, now and forevermore. Forevermore.
Oh,
Hello, welcome. Hi. Hello, Tomas. Welcome.
Here. Hello.
Oh my god, that was a Martin Rev track, a very, very old one that reminds me of the Velvet Underground.
Yeah, please take the microphone.
Shall I say something?
Yes, yes, please.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, you can consider this music as background music.
Okay. But I'm waiting for a question.
Yeah.
Yes, question. Yeah,
I have nothing to say, so
Okay.
I need another question.
okay, okay. Yes, yes. So we're actually brainstorming still regarding our talk at the festival, which is really exciting, but I'm very curious to know what other people might find interesting to talk about, because we have a very, very general theme of underground music and what it means for everybody participating. The one thing that everybody has in common in this conversation, which is you guys with Morgan Manos, Molly Nielsen, and Martin Rev, is that all of you have found a niche that is really specific and you really claimed it and made it your own without compromising artistically, which is remarkable. But I'm wondering what it really means to you.
What it means to me? What? Sorry.
Let's try to sharpen the question a little bit. So it's a very, very broad topic, and I'm curious to know what other people might find interesting.
You mean underground music?
Within sort of the structure of being able to make music with this sort of giant industry that is actually very commercial.
Yeah. Well, the fact that we started like ignoring completely any industry or even like thinking about it would be possible to get into any industry. I mean, we are from Buenos Aires and we didn't have any structure like you have in Europe, like, so I remember the first time somebody asked me about my musical career. I was like maybe 15 years into what you would consider a musical career, but for me it was a completely alien question. I didn't get it. It was an American person, of course, and it was here in Europe. But for me, I couldn't say anything. I was like, she say, how is your musical career going? And I was like, I don't know. I don't have a musical career. Do I have a musical career? And then I started to think, and maybe from the outside I have a musical career, but it wasn't. It was ever a career for me. So maybe that's underground. That means underground, to do stuff because you just want to do it. You have the urge to do it, and you don't consider it like as a job or as yeah, you don't think in terms of industry. Also, I have all these words are really strange to me. Really, industry, also producer. When I hear people, because we do what you would consider also electronic music. So sometimes people refer us as a producers, and I'm like, I'm not producing anything. I'm not doing any product.
And
So yeah, and that answers the question. Maybe.
yeah. But I want you to go deeper into that. At what point did you have the feeling that you had to renounce at something in order to maintain what you wanted to do? Because there is the idea of growing with everywhere in the society, which is the main capitalist thing. You know, you need to grow with whatever project you have. If you're a plumber, maybe tomorrow you're an electrician, if you work well. And in music, it's even more present than in real life. It's even worse, I think. So the fact of not following a path where eventually you will be more famous the next year, you will have more followers, you will have more people buying your records, or whatever more. At what point do you think like this should stop in order to maintain you doing something you consider like useful for the others?
Yeah. Well, I must say, like, I love people to buy my records. I love people to listen to my records, and I want people to listen to my music because that's obvious. You know, you make something and you want to show it. It's like when you are a kid and you made a drawing, you want to show it to your friends, you want to show it to your mother, and probably kids now they want to show it in TikTok or whatever to the world.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing, and it's completely natural. I mean, but formulated is it as a career, as I want more followers, or I want more people buying my records. What I do, what strategy I will apply. It's not the same thing, you know. So of course I want this to grow. Yes, I do want to grow, but I'm not changing the original impulse because that's what I want to do, you know. And when I did it, when I choose to do this, I didn't choose a career, I didn't choose a work, I didn't choose a job or something like that. Maybe more in terms of expressing myself and wanted to everybody to hear myself as anybody who express himself, you know. But no, I mean, we never renounce to anything. Some people ask us why you moved to Europe and you keep singing in Spanish, and it's just like because it's what feels natural to us, you know. And yes, that's something I feel sometimes I'm renouncing because I know that we will be more successful if we sing in English.
Yeah.
But
and
so what? It's like thinking, yeah, if I don't know, if I went to the university now, I would have 2 houses or something like that. It's like it's a kind of a thinking that doesn't really go deep. It doesn't do any. Doesn't leave any track.
You didn't have to make any sacrifice. That's what you mean.
No, I made a lot of sacrifices.
Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
My question was, what did you renounce at? At what point do you remember renouncing at that you could have taken a different path, and you said no because I'm not interested by
I renounced first,
life.
and then I got into music. I think I renounced first to.
No, but musically.
No. But I think I first renounced to have a normal life.
Yeah.
And
okay.
then and that was because I didn't want it to have a normal life. And then I got into music. So yeah. And sacrifices, of course, I made a lot of sacrifices. I spend a lot of time doing this. I'm carry, heavy stuff from one point to the other. I sometimes I don't have a comfortable life. So, yes. Yes, sacrifice. Sacrifice is something like I think I signed that contract a long time ago, and it's signed. It's like when you sign with the devil. There's no way out. There's no way back.
Yeah, but maybe Bono would say the same thing.
Yeah. So
You
what?
know, so
I don't consider Bono. I mean, what's the problem?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what if Bono said something?
Bono to me
I-
represents, contrarily to you, so it's a bad
Uh-huh.
example because I think you're a very
Mm.
different case. But I put him on the table saying like, I think this guy is selling things just like other people would sell like global fast food, you know, and it's
Maybe,
on
yes.
purpose. He decided that, and every year he wants to be bigger than the year
Yes,
before.
yes, that's
And
true.
the
yeah.
whole point about underground music to me,
Mhm.
but that's what I want you to.
He's not
to-
doing that. Yeah.
It's not doing that,
Yes.
and it's renouncing at a certain growth. Of course, we like when people listen
But you
to
never
us.
know
all those
what you're
things.
renouncing because no, you know, say I say yes, I want to do everything to be successful. You know, I don't know if you will be successful. You know, I think all of us, you know, for every Bono, there is a lot of people who try to be Bono and fail,
Yeah,
and they did everything,
they can
they
join the
fail.
underground resistance.
and they
then.
failed, and they failed.
There's a place
and
for
and they
them.
made sacrifices too.
Yeah,
And what I do is to do something meaningful to me. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
What? No, to me, that I think it's meaningful, in the hope that you will find it meaningful, or him, or anyone.
hmm
You know, and I want my voice to be here, and I do a lot of sacrifices in order to get that. But who knows if it will happen or not? You know, sacrifices doesn't automatically guarantee anything, but you have to do it.
yeah. I understand.
But
what
you
you're
choose
saying, but
what is good for you. Bono, I think he chose what was good for him, and I choose what is good for me.
But what I mean with that is, I think artists, because it has been the idea that artists are outside of the world, and in a sense they're not part of the industry, because it comes or not, it doesn't depend of them. But I think it's a bit of a romantic vision. I think there is you can decide also if you want to be Bono. Bono decided to be Bono, and which means to me he decided to be McDonald's.
Yes.
And some people try to be McDonald's, they failed, okay?
Yes.
But some other people,
They do it.
which is maybe even worse than being Bono, but I don't think so, actually. Again, like, if you fail at being Bono, please join the underground. We need you. It's a place also for losers. It has to include everyone. I think it's good. And but what I mean with that is also, I think now...
But then it doesn't mean anything. I mean, you started saying that underground means something. And then you say it's just failing, which is, I think...
No. I didn't say it's just failing. I think, to me, it means renouncing at being part of an ever-growing process of success. That's what it means.
Yeah.
And that means...
So, I mean, the thing is like, I think the key is like how do you define success?
Yeah.
And success is not the same for everyone. Success is to fulfill your desire, you know. So it depends on your desire.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the thing is like there is no only one type of success.
Yeah, already.
That's the key of everything, because what you're saying is like capitalism, blah blah, all this, you know, the normal world or something like that.
Yeah.
The establishment. You know, the establishment says success is this. It's money, family, you know, all this kind of thing. But why? You know, it's not. That's not success
No,
for me.
of course we can redefine what
And
success
that's
means.
maybe
I
the
agree.
difference
Yeah.
that you're
Yeah.
like trying to find between, say, a mainstream artist, pop star, who is successful,
Mhm.
and other people who can be successful, and they are not successful on those terms. Say Martin Rev is not successful in the same terms that Bono. I found him successful. I don't know, you have to ask him, but for me he's successful because he really changed a part of the culture, and his music is so important to many people after all these years. So for me, that's a type of success.
Yeah, you can put that word. I mean, it's a
But
word
it's not success for like Sony
Sony?
BMG, or a major label will consider Martin Rev not successful.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We should probably keep some of this conversation to the actual conversation that opens the festival.
Yeah.
That's just a side note. But I feel like we're scraping the surface and it gets really interesting. But yeah, it's interesting because I find that like we've discovered that some people are not really comfortable with the word underground, even people within the music circles that are extended to our circles. And I hope that we can somehow reclaim this term, because I personally, of course, don't think it's a derogatory term at all. I think it's very
No.
empowering.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. I have like mixed feelings because I think it's one of those terms that may mean something sometime and now are like it's like punk. Yeah, all those things are they mean something long time ago, but then the process of culture is to co-optate, all these things, and they become commodities, and they become brands and just slogans, and that's the thing with, I think, yeah,
Which is
that's
also
my problem.
kind of partially why we chose this really kind of provocative title, really, Underground Institute. It's
Yeah.
kind of tongue-in-cheek and it's a bit of a joke. And I don't know if a lot of people are getting it, but it's supposed to be a bit tongue-in-cheek. Would you like to play a track?
Yeah, I'm gonna play a track by. This is this track. This is a record that came out like 4-5 days ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a posthumous release of Andy Adler. Andy Adler is a Uruguayan musician. He was part of the first punk band in Uruguay from Montevideo, and then in other bands during the years. And he was kind of like he was very talented, but at the same time like a tortured soul. And he was always kind of, you will say, boycotting himself. I don't know. That's something that, I mean, he said I'm gonna say anything bad about him. On the contrary, I think he was very, very talented, and he made this album of all cover versions, and he died before it was released. And this is a cover version of Scott Walker, Big Louis. He made it all by himself. So, shall I play it?
Yeah.
Thank
Hello, hi. Welcome back.
So that was Andy Adler, Big Louis. Hey.
Switching us off. But the music stays on.
Oh yeah, but it's background music.
Ah, it's background music.
You don't have to, but
Otherwise, it will be background music without talking. And that will be awkward. Tomas, would you like to say anything about the track?
About Andy Adler, what I just played.
Mhm.
Yes, I know Andy was a very special person, like a dandy, rock and roll dandy, a very elegant, very talented guitar player, and he was like founding member of many great bands, and didn't last long in any of those. And then he lived in New York for a while. He played on a record by John Spencer Blues Explosion. But then of course he left. He went back to Montevideo. So he's like a figure like a Johnny Thunders or something like that. But many people who try to be Johnny Thunders, they don't have the talent or the intelligence, you know. They only self-destruct. I mean, Andy self-destruct, but he also have the talent, the elegance, the intelligence, the mind.
Didn't
He was a
Johnny-
great artist.
Didn't Johnny Thunders also die quite young?
Yes, I mean that's something that I'm just using as an example, like an archetype. He was kind of the archetype. I don't think he was trying to be Johnny Thunders, but it's kind of a rock and roll archetype, you know. Yeah. So yeah, and then he did this in the last years of his life. He did this double album of all like cover versions of classic songs, and I mean it's quite a challenge to make a Scott Walker song. You have to be very good to do that, and I think he was, and I think in that track you can see how talented he was and how much feeling he can conceive, and I don't know, beautiful. And it's not easy. I mean, Scott Walker is a very difficult music to make. Not anyone can be. It's not the Ramones or something like that, you know. Yeah.
Regarding the scene in Buenos Aires, since you're from there, do you see, since you come from a band culture, do you see the scene now moving, like, it's a bit my impression in Europe, like there's more and more, of course, people producing music on their own,
Yes.
and less of a band
Yes.
thing happening. There's a lot of reggaeton and a lot of
Yes.
trap and things like that in
Yeah.
Latin America, so a lot of music produced basically by people with laptops.
Yes.
Is that where it's going, or is there like
Yes.
also, yeah,
Yes. I think
is there
so, yeah.
always less rock band and punk and
Yes. Yes.
so it's following the same pace, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the same.
And you miss that, like
What?
the band thing, or
I don't know. I never like. I don't know.
you
I
never
have a
liked
band.
band?
I have a band.
I never
have a
liked band actually. So
No, it's not I never
my
like
question
it.
is a bit
It's
vicious.
like I
'cause
always
my-
like. I always like. I don't know, a very small percentage of. I mean, I use the word rock and roll or whatever, but it's probably not rock and roll what I'm talking about. So I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't miss it. No.
Maybe it's also the result
I mean,
of
things change and it's good.
maybe it's also because of the pandemic. I mean, that's just something that seems to be happening everywhere. People are kind of embracing being alone and deciding that it's actually not such a bad thing. But in so many ways, I feel like we're kind of forgetting what the world used to be like before everything was
Yes.
turned upside down.
That's true, yeah.
It's nice to have people around us again. I mean, it makes you really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And same about being able to go out and see shows and live music and be with people again.
Yeah, I miss it. Yes, I miss it when during the pandemic.
It's the small things. It's really important to appreciate what we have. I think that's also maybe the general thing, at least for me, regarding our talk, this broad subject of what is underground music. I feel like it's mostly about appreciating it.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, Nomos, Craig Leo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he produced the first Suicide album.
Yeah.
Amazing, I love it.
He produced the first Suicide?
He produced the first Suicide album.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he produced the first Ramones album.
Yeah?
Yes, on the first Richard Hell album.
Okay, his
And
record
the
is
first
so
Blondie
good.
album.
Yeah.
Yes, all in 1 year or something like
I
that.
just knew his music and I didn't know all of that.
Yeah, no, he was a
Amazing.
great producer. Also, he produced a couple of the fall albums. I think Extricate and something else. Yes.
Okay. It's great music for karaoke. You can sing on the top of this.
Yeah.
It always works. Whatever
Well,
song you know, you sing it on this. Like you can try it.
Yeah, I think he probably did this inspired by when he worked with Suicide. I mean, it's very connected.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He made it around the same time
Okay.
after he produced the first Suicide
Excellent.
album. Yeah.
Do
So
you
yeah, it's connected to Martin Rep.
That's great. Do
Yeah.
you have more music yet?
Yes,
you
I
would
wanna,
like
I
to share
wanna,
with
I
us?
wanna show you. This is a new band
Okay.
from my country, Buenos Aires, Argentina. And well, the guy used to play in a great electronic duo called Travesti. Then they split up a couple of years ago, and this is his new music, his new project. It only had like 2 EPs, but I think it's great. So it's called Chilcano.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know which one. Yes, this one. I'm gonna play this one. It's called Robadas de la India, which means stolen from India.
Super.
Shall I?
Super. Not
It's great.
yes,
It's
fantastic.
amazing.
Yeah, stolen from India.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Yes. So yeah, that was Chilcano. It's a new band.
The track was literally just released.
Not that one. That one was released a couple of months ago. But the one I played before, the other one was released like 4-5 days ago. Yeah.
At this point, music that's so fresh sounds almost fantastical to me. I haven't released new music since 2017.
Wow. But you did release a lot before.
Every year, no?
Well, actually, it's crazy. Like I still don't. I feel like COVID made everything just go poof, as though nothing existed, and I still feel like it hasn't really returned. Like it's like living in the little science fiction bubble.
In your mind, it's still in
In
2019.
my mind, I'm in 2019 exactly. And playing shows and being on tour seems so strange now. Like I don't remember.
It's different. Yes,
I
it's
don't
much more difficult. It's more difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything is more expensive. Like gas and travel and renting a van, or I mean all the expenses are higher now.
Trains and planes and everything is just
Everything,
being
yeah.
unpredictable and cancelled and delayed, and it's just
Yeah.
insane.
On my part, but I like the traveling thing is more like thinking I need to wake up at 6 in the morning and go there. I used not to care at all. I could wake up at 1 in the morning if needed, and now it starts to irritate me.
Okay.
You don't have that?
No.
Ah, okay. Maybe it's just it's probably a personal issue. Yeah.
No.
All of us getting older.
We are getting older. Yes.
Yeah. So you still enjoy, like you've been doing long tours since the COVID?
No,
after COVID? Okay.
no, because we couldn't. But yeah, but with the small tours we did, yes, I did enjoy it very much.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love to do it. Yeah, I like it very much.
Yeah. No, I like the concerts. I like the moment where I play and actually play longer and longer. But traveling thing is really
Annoying to you.
yeah. But,
No, I like to travel.
okay.
Yeah.
But you drive the car. The
I
van.
don't drive.
Ah,
no.
okay. Ah, that's why.
Somebody else drives.
Ah, okay.
I
So what-
sleep.
Yeah. And what are your plans? Are you working on a new album now?
We
Are
have
you
a new
concept-
album. We have
Ah,
a new album finished, so
Okay.
we wanna release it. Yes,
When is it going to be released?
I think in January.
Okay. Ah, wow.
Yeah, I mean it's done. It's all done. Yeah.
But it's not. It's going to be a vinyl. No.
Yeah, maybe the vinyl will not be ready
But
for
it'll.
January.
Ah, okay. Because yeah.
But yeah,
Okay, excellent.
yeah.
And you always, what's the dynamic in the group? You're always working on new music? You
No,
also-
we always working on new music, but we are very slow to release.
Ah, okay.
I think we did a record every 4 years.
Okay.
So the band released 3 records, and now in the 4th, and we're in
Okay.
the 16th year of the band.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's one every 4 years.
And
I don't know why we always want. I always wanted to release more. I would love to release more albums, but it's just the process is slow.
Yeah.
Many times we finish an album, and when it was finished, we discarded it because we didn't like it, and we started again. Yeah. Once it was mastered and it was
Ah,
like
yeah?
yes.
Everything
and
in the
it-
garbage. That's
Yeah,
wonderful
Well, no, in
to-
the
that's
garbage. We
wonderful
keep it.
to
We
hear
keep
it.
it. We
Young
keep it.
people-
We keep it. We have it.
Yeah.
So it's a secret
Ah,
thing that
okay.
we have. Yeah. So we have a pretty much of
We have 120 albums, but
of the
unheard is-
album. There is 2 albums that we have a different version. That we could
yeah?
make a different version if we want, because all it was on.
and what makes your like? How do you decide suddenly not to release something after working on it?
I don't know. It's suddenly I don't feel comfortable, or she doesn't feel comfortable. Both of us,
Yeah, yeah.
normally both of us, we start to argue about it. And then we say no. We start again. Yeah. We have like I think maybe high ambitions about how powerful it has to be. we are very precious about our songs and how should be presented. So yeah, we always do a lot of different versions of the same songs. So maybe sometimes, like in the last record we did, there's one song that has the music of the other, you know? Yeah, we started one song with one music, and then we moved the lyric to another music, and then we put a different lyric on the same music. That was, of course, mutating and changing all the time. So, yeah, all these things are like going in circles in the same things until we find that it's kind of that we have it, and then we release it. But we will not release it if we don't think we have it. And to reach that point, sadly, it takes a lot of time.
Was the backing track for Iggy Pop's Sister Midnight exactly the same as another track from David Bowie's Lodger?
Yeah, it's the same song. Yeah.
Different lyrics, but is it the same recording instrumentally? Is it
You
exactly
think
the same? It sounds.
No, I don't think it's the same recording, but it's the same people playing the same song. Yeah, I can't remember the song, but it's Locher. Yeah.
It's like Red Red Money or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I should look it up.
Yeah.
Fun trivia fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. I mean, it's
So
amazing.
yeah, this time this record is different because we didn't record until we were sure what we wanted to record. So, and I think that's kind of speed up the process. We wanted to do something more minimal, more raw, and more live. Maybe, I don't know. We composed the record during the pandemic. And I think you have to, I mean, the world was telling you, look at your computer all the time, you know? And we were like, fuck this, you know? And we start to play our instruments and didn't record anything until we have it completely done. We were rehearsing and playing live every day until we reached a point to say, okay, now we recorded it. And we went to a studio and we did it in 3 days. Most of it is like first take.
That's incredible.
And then mix and done. So it couldn't happen what happened in the previous records, because in the previous records we were like, yeah, we record the song and then we started to record overdub, and then when you overdub, you can overdub this or maybe that, you know. So yeah.
To record an entire album in 3 days, holy crap! I mean,
Well, we did. We went to a studio 3 days and we played the songs live, and then I went 2 days to re-record some basses, some vocals. Carmen went like, I think 2 days also to record vocals, and yeah, that was it. But the basic thing was recording 3 days live. We set up like a show, and we really wanted to do it that way.
Well, when you have everything rehearsed and you know exactly what you're playing, I find that if you go to a studio and you try a bunch of things, it takes a lot longer. And usually we would do 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks we have 2 albums, and it's far too much to release in one time.
Yeah. Yeah, but before maybe, I don't know, it was much more texture, and this time was more like really live energy. And I think it's different, it sounds different.
Do you think people look less at their computer now than during the pandemic?
No, I think maybe, I don't know, we did it during the pandemic. Maybe we did that way because, you know, we couldn't play live. Yeah, I think that's the reason. We couldn't play live, we couldn't go out, so we did it in our home. Actually, we play live in our home.
Oh yeah? You did streaming concerts?
We did a couple, but we mostly play for our friends. Like we made illegal parties in our house, and we
Ah.
play our music. Yes,
Ah, that's great. Yeah, yeah.
for like I don't know, our one or between 1 and 10 friends.
Yeah, wow. No, that's something that really interests me. How musicians kept the shape during the pandemic. I personally did several live stream concerts,
Mm.
and it was really a way to stay alive for me.
Mm.
And even like playing for very small audience or whatever thing, because
We only did it twice. The first time we didn't
Okay.
like it. We did it for Urban Spray. It was for Arte TV. And I didn't like it. I mean, we were in a place that we used to play, but there was no one there,
yeah,
and I felt strange. Like kind of, I felt it like fake. And the second one we did from our home, and I like it. I like it more. Yeah. But I wasn't a big fan of that streaming. I think it was like a substitute that it wasn't the same, and it made me angry. I remember, like what it's supposed to be the same to watch a computer to go to a show. I don't think it's the same at all.
no, it's just
And
a
I
way
wasn't
to stay
watching
alive. I think
streaming.
it's
Yeah.
like an
Of course,
emergency case.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some people found a forum with
course.
that, which is more interesting than even a live concert. Probably some people did.
But it made me angry because it was like, really, this is not the same at all. It's not a substitute. It's not gonna to keep you alive in the same way.
Yeah. Do you have another track you would like to play us?
Yes, I'm gonna play another new band from Buenos Aires. It's
Ah,
called
excellent.
Motor Mutante.
Molto Mutante.
Yes,
Okay.
it's a new band. Yes. So, shall I?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. That was Motor Mutante. And the song is called Cabezas Reducidas. Like reduced heads, you know, like miniaturized heads.
Okay.
Like the,
Miniaturized heads.
yes. You know where there's those apparently tribes that, I don't know where, that they cut the heads and they miniaturize the heads
I don't know.
of their enemies.
And how do they miniaturize them?
It was a mystery. I don't know if science know now how they do it. They were called Jíbaros. I think they were from Amazonia. Jíbaros. It was
Brazilian.
I think so, yeah, but I'm not sure. But Jíbaros,
I've
yes.
seen that in movies, but I never.
Yes,
saw
miniaturized
yeah,
heads.
yeah, yeah,
They
of
did.
course.
I saw it. I saw them.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, when I was a kid, school took us to some museum, strange, really strange place, and there were miniaturized heads from the Jíbaros. Yeah, like this size. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
And nobody knows how they did that.
At the time, because I remember I asked my father how they did it, and my father said nobody knows, but maybe people know now. I didn't follow.
Uh-huh.
We should Google Jíbaros, yeah. I don't know.
And do you still have a lot of connection with the scene in Buenos Aires?
I do no, not much.
Ah, okay. So you
But
know,
I mean, I have friends. I play a lot there.
so okay.
I have bands before. I mean,
So you're still following how the scene there is going and how.
I'm following certain people, yes, or listen to what my friends tell me.
And which direction is it taking? Like, what can you?
I only look for like artists that are doing something that I think it's personal and interesting, and not really into following rules or anything. So I'm
Yeah.
looking for the mavericks, say, and
Yeah.
yes.
And is it?
So I don't know which direction the
Yeah.
ships are going. I
And
don't
is it
care.
all very centralized in Buenos Aires, or?
That's the shape of the country, yes.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of really good music everywhere, and there's a lot of culture everywhere. But it's not only Argentina, but in general South America. You know, those countries were created as colonies.
Mm-hmm.
So usually they will have a city which is a port, you know, in which the colonial powers were like settled down there, and no one wants to go, you know, somewhere.
Yeah.
They want to stay there, and they took all the wealth and through the port send it to Europe.
So it's a problem.
And that's the way the countries are shaped.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way they were created. They were created to extract things, wealth, to extract gold, to extract, you know, meat, grain, coal.
So for local bands, it's a problem to tour inside of the country. I
Yes.
guess. Because
Because there's
distances are very big.
Yeah,
and
long distance.
and
not much
everything is
connection.
centralized in,
And
in
the-
capitals.
and then what happens is like if you want to do something, you probably end up going to the capital. Of all the countries are the same problem. Maybe if they have 2 cities that are important or 3 cities that are important,
Yeah.
but the difference between the big city and the smaller cities, it's very big.
Yeah.
Like say, I don't know, the big city is probably 5-6 times bigger than the second one.
So like when you go to Buenos Aires, you play in Buenos Aires, and
No,
then
no,
you do tour in-
we did play in Rosario, we did play Córdoba, Mar del Plata.
like doing tours or like
Yeah. No,
occasional
we
gigs. Okay.
always try to go to different, because it's great, and there is a lot of like great people with great bands,
Yeah.
DJs, everything.
And it's also
So-
very expensive to go from a country to another, no?
Yes, because it's very big. It's not like
Yeah, yeah.
Europe. I mean,
No, of course, yeah.
in one country, in say in Argentina, you can put I don't know like 7 Germanys, and Germany is a
Yeah.
big country. I don't know how many.
Belgium.
Yes. I don't know,
How many Belgium
maybe
can you put in?
45 Belgiums or something like that. And then Brazil is even bigger.
Yeah.
Mexico is another big country. I mean, Chile is like this, but it's so long. You know, it's really huge. I mean, Argentina started, you know, it's almost the end of the Amazonia, and then it goes to Antarctica. You know, you have to think about how the distance will be when you are like in the middle of the tropical forest, and then you can be. It's like going from Morocco to Iceland or something like that, you know.
And is the culture also like very centralized?
It's
like
all
for
very
example,
centralized because yes, it's a big city.
But I also
and
mean
then
like the education the people receive in the south is the same as what they have in the north, for example. Or
Yeah, well, there is of course like parts of it that are wealthier than the others, and there's parts of it that are more abandoned than the others.
yeah.
No, there is universities everywhere and
No.
everything.
What I mean with that is that like in France where you have like an educational system which is imposed to the whole country, even
Yes,
if it's a
the
lot
same.
of different
It's the
regions.
No, we have like the organization in Argentina. And it's different in every country, but in Argentina we have like public education, which is free, included university. University is free, and yeah, it's the same program for the whole country.
So such a huge country is uniformized.
Yes,
And
we have the same laws.
yeah.
We have the same
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, but it's diverse anyway.
No,
because
of course, yeah.
it's not the
people-
same. You will find like different accents or different food or different everything.
Mhm.
It's diverse, but it's the same country. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did you found like living in Berlin all those years changed the way you were doing music or not at all?
No.
Or no?
No. No.
You didn't felt any influence from the city here?
No.
No, it's great. And
No. I mean, I think we will be doing the same music in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, of course, it will be some. Yes. It's my surroundings.
yeah.
But not in terms of like. Oh no, doing something else.
No, I'm not.
different
I don't
music
want you
because
to say that Berlin made your music. You made it.
It didn't. No.
But no, but just if you consider
No.
like what you're doing was a mix of.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's great. I mean, do you want to play us last track? Actually,
okay, yes.
It may be the last one.
Okay, I'm gonna play I'm gonna play an old one.
Okay.
Also from Buenos Aires. No, we were talking about Argentina, yes,
Yes.
and how everything's come from Buenos Aires. So I'm gonna play a band from Rosario, which
Okay.
is the third,
Biggest city.
the third one. And this is a band that I really like. It's a band called Tensión, like tension. And I'm actually gonna play a cover version that they did. You know Chico Buarque?
No.
No? It's a Brazilian, like Caetano Veloso, something like that.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
Chico Buarque.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Well, Chico Buarque make a really incredible song called Construção, which means construction.
Yeah.
And this punk band, they made a version of that, and they invite us to do something on that track. And I didn't do anything, but
Okay.
Carmen, my partner, did vocals,
Okay.
and I think it's a great version. Yes.
Oh. No? Is it muted? No, you're not.
Amo aquella vez como si fuese última. Besó a su mujer como si fuese última. Y a cada hijo suyo cual si fuese único. Y atravesó la calle con su paso tímido. Subió a la construcción como si fuese máquina. Alzó en el balcón 4 paredes sólidas. Ladrillo con ladrillo en un fuese un príncipe. Comió su pan con queso cual si fuese el máximo. Bebió y sollozó como si fuese máquina. Danzó y se rió como si fuese el próximo. Y tropezó en el cielo cual si oyese música. Y flotó por el aire cual si fuese sábado. Y terminó en el suelo como un bulto tímido. Agonizó en el medio del paseo náufrago. Murió a contramano entorpeciendo el público. Amó aquella vez como si fuese máquina. Alzó en el balcón 4 paredes plácidas. Y flotó por el aire cual si fuese un príncipe.
Hello, hi, how are you? Oh my goodness, we did 3 hours. It was amazing. It was fun. It was exhausting. We're still in a basement, underground. Yeah, thank you so much to Cedrik and Tomas for being here. I think nobody can hear you, but I can tell the viewers that you're still in the room. You're muted now, yes. Thank you for sticking around.
Yeah, wonderful night. Yeah, that's what we wanted to say.
Yes, we wanted to say thank you everybody for listening also, and please buy the tickets in the pre-sales for the festival, because we don't know how many spaces we're gonna have at the end, and
We need to know how many proofs we need to provide.
yes, it's also true. We need to know how many poofs we need.
Oh yeah.
Your microphone was off. Oh my
Yeah,
god! Oh no!
all that time talking for with nobody hearing me.
Oh god!
Yeah, it's all lost.
For the last 3 hours.
Well, gesture.
So yeah, so we need to know how many poofs we need to provide, which is those bean bags, in case you don't know what a poof is. And in case you don't know what a poof is, shame on you.
And in case if you have poof, bring them. We need poofs.
We need many poofs. Poof.
Thank you.
Yes.
And see. And bye bye.
Yes. This I like being awkward, so thank you for providing an opportunity.